Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Yes, y'all, this is my Afro Spring Diva that I constructed just last night. It's another one of my insomnia crafts. And so I wanted to share with you how I made it. It is so super easy. You guys will love it because I know you can do it as well. You'd be so surprised how easy it was to make this Spring Diva. And I show you step by step on how to do it. So you've got to stay tuned, especially for this. Now, during this video, I also will be reviewing this awesome glue gun. This was perfect timing because it took a lot of glue to get this project done. And so I'm grateful for this awesome glue gun. I was contacted by the sellers on Amazon. Shout out to Aiden. And this is an awesome glue gun because you can use it plugged into the wall or without being plugged in. So stay tuned. Also, while the video is going, I'll be talking a little bit about this glue gun as well. So if you're interested in making your own unique wall art and getting some great ideas, now this could be gifts. You can do this for yourself or for someone else.
Okay friends, let's get right into the tutorial. Now I'll be starting with this canvas. It is from the Dollar Tree. It is 11 by 14. I'll also be using a little bit of Mod Podge and brushing it on with one of those foam brushes, also from the Dollar Tree. I have a scrap piece of foam board left over that is from the Dollar Tree. I'll be using a small piece of that as well. And in this video, I also will be reviewing this brand new glue gun that I have received. It's a Monvic is the name of the store it is out of Amazon, and I was contacted by a seller by the name of Aiden. So shout out to Aiden again for contacting me. This is the review also of this product. So as we're going through this video, you'll hear me talk a little bit more about this particular glue gun. Now, along with the items that you do see there, I could not forget that I will be using some flowers. Now, these flowers are foam as well, and they come from Amazon. I've had them for a very long time. I used them when I was making some bouquets for a wedding for the bridal party, and so I had some left over, so that's what I'll be using on this project. Now, I like to select the pictures that I purchased out of Etsy, and I had this picture here, and so before I printed it out, I actually cropped it because I didn't need the full picture, just a portion of it. And so again, you can pick any picture that you want. And before I printed it, I cropped it because I didn't want to waste my black ink. And then I cut her out. And you can see the measurement. She's about 11 inches in height. And I'm putting down my foam board, and here is my picture now that she's all cut out. And I'm placing it there just to give it a look to where I want it and marking it a little bit. Now I am going to go on the back of it, and that's where I'm going to use the Mod Podge. Now I would recommend Mod Podge because it's so easy to spread it on. It works just fine as a adherence. It worked fine on this particular canvas as well. Sometimes you got to be sure that it's going to actually stick, and it did pretty well. Now they do have Mod Podge also at the Dollar Tree, but the bottle that I have probably came from either Hobby Lobby or maybe Walmart. And here I am just placing my picture onto the canvas and kind of putting pressure on it to be sure it sticks, and making sure that all the air bubbles are kind of out, because you don't want to have air bubbles if you can avoid them. Now, while my glue gun is sitting there, it is plugged up. One of the things about this glue gun is that you can use it while it's unplugged as well. So I did plug it up and let it heat up for about 5 to 7 minutes or so. And you see me here taking the plug off because you can use it without the cord, and that is so convenient. So you know how many times I have wanted and wished for a glue gun without a cord attached, and here it is. And it does stay hot. It does tell you on the instructions that it will stay hot And the longer you plug it in or heat it up, I guess it'll stay heated longer. And so all I did was attach a piece of the foam board, and I cut it in a circle, and it can be any shape because it's not going to really be seen, but that's the shape because I want it to be part of my Diva's afro, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. And so here I have a small piece of bling wrap. I'm just putting it on her forehead as like a headband, a little bit of an embellishment as well, and also to give me a little bit of a guide as to where I want to start to place my flower. So again, my glue gun is still nice and hot. And the one thing I do want to recommend, and it's also recommended by the seller, is that the glue gun, you want to put 2 glue sticks in if you're using the smaller, shorter glue sticks. Now, they do come with glue sticks. You do get 12 glue sticks that are included in this particular purchase, along with the cord, of course. You get the guards for your fingers so that you don't burn them, which came in very handy in this particular project. And also, again, you can use this particular glue gun without the cord once it's heated up. And so you see me here using it, and I'm being very careful, and I'm placing the glue directly onto the flower. I didn't use the finger guard at that time because I knew I wouldn't even get close with it with my fingers. But again, anytime you're using a hot glue gun, you definitely want to be careful because it does burn, and you can get some serious burns from hot glue, so be careful. All right, so I'm not doing it in any particular order. I am trying to alternate. I have some different colors of pink as far as my flowers go, and so I'm just alternating as I see fit. I didn't really have a particular pattern or design in mind. I just kind of wanted it to be more organic and just kind of random as far as the placement of the different colors. Right, and you see me still figuring out which colors that I do want. I'm sorry that I didn't have the glue gun in the picture at this time, showing you again placing that glue onto the actual flower itself, but you'll see it in view again in just a moment. So again, I decided I needed a flower right there. And again, you can use any colors that you want. I'm choosing pink because I love pink for the springtime. It's just something about pink in the spring, and it just matched what I'm going to be using it for and where I'm going to be placing. It's going to go perfectly there. Again, that hot glue gun is working very well. I love the fact that it has a base where you can just stand it straight up. It's not leaning, it's not dripping. It's just doing what it needs to do. Look at that. So I'm almost there. That is what she looks like so far, but I am not done. But again, you can stop there if that was all that you wanted to do. You can also do like I'm doing and add some more embellishments. Now I have this piece of fabric, which actually is from an old blouse that I had in a drawer, and I said, you know what, instead of throwing it away, I think I can use this one day, so I've kept it. And so I took a little piece off of it, and it's gonna work perfect for what I want to use it for. Now I'm going to use it as a shawl for my diva, and I'm going to be gluing on some acrylic beads or rhinestones that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now, anytime I took a pause from the recording, I did plug in my hot glue gun again for a few minutes just to make sure that it didn't cool all the way off. And so that's why you saw me pop the cord out again, because I had plugged it in for about 5 minutes while I was transitioning. And it is hot. I can almost see steam coming off of it. All right. Now I'm putting these acrylic beads directly onto the fabric. and I'm putting them on. I'm being careful. This time I am using the finger guards. I'm using them and they are coming in handy. Oh my goodness, I am saving my fingers, because normally when I use hot glue, I at least burn myself at least once or twice. But for this project, I did not burn myself, not one time. Yay. Again, this particular glue gun does have a base stand so that it stands up perfectly. I love that. All right, so I've completed putting the acrylic beads across the fabric, and now I'm bringing my diva back. Now, if you notice something a little bit different about her, I did kind of go in around her neck area with a paint marker brown, because I wanted to do that because my fabric is kind of see-through, it's sheer, and I didn't want to see the white canvas behind the fabric. So I just colored her in a little bit, a flesh tone, so that you would not be able to tell where she starts and the canvas stops. And so here I'm getting ready to glue down the shawl, and I'm taking a little bit of the glue, hot glue gun, and again it's still super hot, and I'm going to place my fabric, and I'm going to do a motion like a fold over. So I'm placing it there. I'm going to tap, tap, tap a little bit, make sure it sticks. Again, the glue is still hot, so having that finger guard is coming in handy. And then I'm going to fold over. That way, it's kind of like a seam is being formed there. I'm like, yes, I'm so glad for these. All right. So that worked out perfect. So I'm showing you how I'm placing it and just getting it straight so that I can get ready to glue it across. And I want to make sure my line is straight and everything is good. And I'm thinking about maybe I'll put another rhinestone right there or something just to cover. I'm not sure. A lot of times when we're doing projects, and those that are DIYers and artists and creators, you know that sometimes you do it as you go along and things just happen as you go. Now this part, what I realized about this glue gun was how smooth the glue was coming out. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that it has a copper nozzle, but it came out super smooth. There was no clumping. The trigger was very smooth. I didn't have to press very hard. It just worked very well. All right, so I'm laying down my fabric across her chest there, and there it is. Now I do end up cutting the fabric. Of course, I wasn't gonna just let it hang down like that, even though that might be a good look for someone, but for me, I was like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. So eventually I do cut it, and you'll see it at the very end of what it looks like. And then for that little piece, I decided to bring it all the way around and secure it on the back. And again, the hot glue gun is still hot. The other thing to mention about the hot glue gun, it does have two settings. It has an 80-watt setting and a 120-watt setting. So you can go from hot to hotter. Alright, so you see me again just securing it on the back to be sure that her shawl stays nice and secure. All right, now I need to deal with some of her jewelry, and I decided to leave her makeup alone. I'm not gonna paint anything on her face or do anything different, but I am gonna go ahead and fix up her earring since there was a piece still on her from the picture, I'm going to go ahead and try to cover that up by using that same thought process when the earring was flowing in the picture, in the original. And again, you can do anything that you want here. You can put earrings, you can leave earrings out, you can bring the flowers all the way down to have it be long. You can use the mesh wrap like you see me do in another video. There's so many things that you can do if you're creative and just want an art project. This would be something good for young girls to do, to create something using a picture that they find and try to just add something to it. Now, if I was an artist, I could probably draw my own picture and paint it and all of that, but I'm not really that great. So I'd rather pay a couple of dollars and buy one from someone who has done it, and then I will just take it from there. I do support small businesses, and so I do try to support people who have Etsy pages. So if you have an Etsy page or an Etsy account, go ahead and drop that link or let me know who you are, and I'll see if you have things that would, you know, go along with what I do. I wouldn't mind supporting. All right, so she is almost done, coming along just great. Now, mind you, this is the middle of the night, you guys. I couldn't sleep and I'm up doing this project. I should be in the bed, but it was just too many days had gone by with it floating around in my mind. I just had to get it done. So here is the reveal. My spring Afro Diva, baby. She is done in all her glam and glory. Look at her. She is the shining star of spring, at least in my house. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the video. Be sure to come back. I have a couple of more ideas. I just trying to kind of figure out how to execute them, but they're dancing around in my mind and they must come out. All right, at the very end of this video, I do have another picture and description of the hot glue gun that is used in this video. I do want to say that if I had to give it either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I would definitely give it a great big thumbs up. So shout out again to the person who contacted me from Amazon. Thank you. I enjoyed using the hot glue gun. It will definitely be something I use for my next project. If you've made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, be kind to yourself. Until the next video, we'll see ya. God bless and take care.